Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Wellness Garden Tool Shed. My name is Leah, and I am going to be pulling the 10 card reading to see how this week's energy flows and how we can use it for our benefit. I hope you all had a happy Mother's Day yesterday or celebrated with your moms or whatever the case is. I just hope you enjoyed your day. And so let us begin. I am using the Guardian Angel Tarot deck. It just gives me mom vibes and nurturing vibes, and I think we can all use that right now. Okay, so let us begin, and we shall see what this energy holds and how we can manifest during this time. Okay, the first card is Healer of Abundance. This is the Queen of Pentacles, ladies and gentlemen. This card right here tells us that we like nice things. And again, did I not just talk about Mother's Day? See, she is the mother. She creates the home that's beautiful. She knows how to garden. She is good at the nice food and the decorations. And, she has the Midas touch. She can turn straw into gold. She's very wise. So if you need any kind of financial advisement, she would be who to talk to. So use your mom or whatever mom figure you have. It doesn't have to necessarily be a blood related mom. Okay. So what is the block or the energy we can use to use this kind of situation? Two of action. All right, maybe you need to partner up with somebody. Maybe you need to partner up with her because she knows what's up. So let's see what the foundation and why we're even getting this message today. And it might be you. Maybe you're getting into real estate, or maybe you're becoming a mom and you are nesting or something like that. And maybe you and your partner need to get on the right team or something. You're not quite seeing eye to eye, or you are partnering up. Well, that's the energy you need to use. So we haven't quite gotten it fixed up yet. Maybe you're not on the right page together. Okay. All right. Foundation. Four of Abundance. Again, this card is also like the Pentacles. So this is the card that would say we need to kind of balance things. Okay. This four is about bouncing of a table, four legs. So this is also a money card too. So this is about paying off debts. This is about loans. This is about, are you spending too much on your home? Because, that queen, she likes to spend money. She can make it though. So this could be about money in, money out kind of a thing. So, or maybe you need to reel it in. Again, I think this is about partnering up with somebody and learning how to deal with finances, or maybe you're ready to buy a home or one of those kind of things, or something along those lines anyways. Okay, so what did we learn from the past? Healer of action. All right, this is like the Queen of Wands. Okay, this lady, we got some queens up in the house here. Okay, so this is remember that enthusiasm you had and that energy and that you could just like nest it. This is nesting. Okay, this is definitely about nesting because this energy that you've used in the past is kind of going towards the situation we're having now. And again, she's enthusiastic. She's having parties. She's cleaning up. She's working in the school. She's doing it all. She's planning parties and yet still cleans the house and has a job to run. She kind of has an endless supply of energy. So maybe we need to find that person, your partner, to have these two queens together, the Queen of Abundance and the Queen of Action. Ooh, that is a dynamo pair right there. They're going to get some stuff done and make some money. All right, what's for the higher good? Guardian of Thought. Okay, so this adds the element of logic and order and structure. So for the higher good, this partnership is something that is actually going to be pretty successful. So the king, man, that's like the King of Swords right there. And of course, they are very good at their job. So this might be something you're into. Maybe you need to go look at a contract or something with buying a house so you don't get so enthusiastic you forget to look at the details. So we need to look at things logically in the process. And maybe there's a creative way of finding this house or home or new location, but it involves with money, whether it's a loan, whether it's something that's starting up. So let's see what this card says for the near future of what we can expect. All right. So, guardian of emotion. Okay, the court is in the house, right? We got the kings, we got the queens, we got all the court cards going on. So, the king of emotion, this is a trusted advisor. So, this is about building partnerships with people who are logical, yet they have the empathic side, the nurturing, the trustworthiness, all of that. So, these are the partnerships, is what I'm looking at. Like, so literally, we got the Queen of Action, which is Wands. We got the Queen of uh, Pentacles, which is, material. Then we have the Guardian of Emotions, which is Cups. And then we have the Guardian of Thought, which is, Swords. So we've got literally kind of like this marriage of all the signs coming together, because that's what that's what balances things out. Okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. That this is a trip. There is a partnership coming along. I guess we're looking for that right partnership. And this guidance would tell you how you would manifest this. Like, let's look at all the things that we do want, what we want in a person. And honestly, having a balance of someone who's logical, having a balance of someone who is capable of emotions and being in tune to that, and also being empathetic and understanding other people. And I mean, your IQ is just as good as your EQ, if not, actually the EQ might actually be more important. But then also having the knowledge of the how to get things done in the material world. And then also we have the action card of really getting things done, the enthusiasm, the charisma, the energy for all of this. So I believe we are looking for a partnership because we haven't quite found it yet. But this is what we need to look for in the partnership. Okay. All right. So again, another court card. This is what is this? Okay. So the helper of emotion. This is like the Knight of Cups. So this is, I know you want to see everything with rose colored glasses. Just be a little mindful that sometimes you don't want to be swept off your feet and not pay attention to the other signs. So you might be getting whisked away and not looking at the bigger picture. So I want you to be mindful of that, okay? We all want that extreme passion and spark, and sometimes, oh, that's our what do you call it, our soulmate. But I want to remind you that soulmates are not necessarily the one that has the massive chemistry. Soulmates just trigger something so your soul can evolve. And usually, how do we evolve is through hard lessons. So be mindful of that, okay? Maybe you've seen that before, or maybe you're the one that tends to come in and sweep people off their feet, and then, and then you lose your momentum because the thrill is gone. That's a typical Aries Venus thing going on, and I think we have that going on. So be mindful of that, because you don't want it just to be the thrill of the chase, and then once you catch it, then you want to throw it back because you're like, oh, I don't know what to do with it now. So just be mindful of that. Try to not fall into that loop, because it looks like we want the relationship that has it all. And when something's a little lopsided, you got to be mindful of that. What are the outside sources? Yes, desire to have something more meaningful into our life. Okay, so that's what we're really looking for, is to have something. That's eight emotions, like the Eight of Cups. It's that desire to do something a little differently than what you've been doing in the past. And I think this is about breaking old relationship patterns. I'm thinking we're on those, along those lines right now. What are the hopes or fears? Let's see what that card says. Choose freedom. All right. I think we just had this one on the Daily Short. I think I had one, and then my phone froze and I couldn't do it. So that was the first one. But this is, we're afraid that if we don't have that excitement, that lust, is that's what we feel like we might be missing if we want all of the other things. But you know what? You can have that too, but that's the worrisome of, having this passion ignited. You got to remember, sometimes those things, again, soulmates are difficult. They could be great, and you just are triggered and you're excited and you have all this chemistry, and then everything else is missing. You can have it all, okay? You just have to learn to love yourself and think that you can have it all. That's when you're manifesting, this is all about focusing on what you want, not what you don't want. And you have to remember, you possess all of that stuff, and the world actually is mirroring to you your beliefs and thoughts. I want you to keep that in mind too, because all of that extra lust is an illusion and it doesn't last. It doesn't last because all of the everyday life starts to come up and then it gets in the way because that lust will lose its luster because all the day-to-day life, you've come back to reality, the thrill is gone, and then, what do you have left? Just saying. Last card, Healer of Emotion, another queen. My goodness, we got all the queens out here again. Okay, so yes, this is a nurturing card. This is, when you take care of yourself first, then you can take care of everybody else. So this is really about getting healthy in your own world so that you can have the relationship that gives and offers all of it, from the material world to the logical world to the emotional world and to the energy fiery world. Everything is out there. Okay, it's just that sometimes we get stuck in our mind that it's got to be romance, 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 romance. And this person, I think this message is definitely for somebody who wants a partner, because this is the energy on top of all of this, but is lost in that fantasy world that's not reality, because the fantasy's fine for a minute and then reality sets in, and then you're like, I feel trapped, I feel stuck, I had this lustful thing going on and it was super hot, steamy, physical, but it was missing everything else. So again, for healthy relationships, you've got to get healthy first. And when you get healthy first, then guess what? You will become a little more logical, a little more structured. You'll have the healthy partner, because these two partners together make a perfect person. They really do. And having all of the things with the emotions of the Healer of Abundance, here's your material world, here's your energy world, here is your emotional world, and here's your intellectual world. We want all of that. Who doesn't want all of that? But when you're only stuck on the one passion chemistry part, you get a little blindsided, and then you wake up only to feel like you're stuck in repeating old patterns. Because this can feel like an addiction. This can feel like it's an addiction to somebody. That's not healthy. Okay? It's just not. So you're ready to move on and do something differently. Okay? And a new person will help you do this. But sometimes you got to break some old patterns and habits and recognize when somebody's actually healthy and when somebody's not. And I could tell you, I wrote it in my book. I had to literally break some thoughts and patterns that I had of who I was attracting when I was younger, and really had to recognize that it was me attracting these people that had this chemistry, but you know what? They had nothing else. They didn't have a job. They had a record, and not the kind that you listen to. So I'm just saying, this message is for those that really want something different. They don't really know how to do it, and maybe listening to this will give you some insight of what your patterns are, because you want something new. And the outside force is going to help you look at that. So listen to those people that are telling you to have more meaningful relationships, something that's a little deeper than just physical. All right. Physical is great, but if you're ready to settle down with somebody else, like to really enhance your life, they have all the qualities, all of them. Okay, they're out there for you. So this is definitely a relationship reading, and so I hope you find that somebody. But don't forget, you got to break your patterns if you have been stuck and had some. And according to this reading, you've been stuck in a pattern. So I want you to recognize that. First step of knowing there's an issue is recognizing it, right? So then you can work on it once you realize it's actually there. So anyway, that's our message for this week. It's so funny that we're in Taurus season, and isn't that about love and family and house and all of the having of the material aspects of that. Plus, we have I think it's Venus in Aries, which is kind of the thrill of the chase. And then you get them, and you're like, oh, it was more exciting when I wasn't sure. Now everything's too smooth sailing, and I don't like this anymore. It's not fun. It's boring. Boring's good. Just know that. And your life, trust me, as life goes on, there's some little waves and hiccups in there. You'll get your excitement in there. So, anyway, I hope this helps somebody out there. Break those patterns so you can find those healthy relationships because you deserve it. Remember that. You deserve it. All right. Have a great week, and I'll see you later.